Today what we're working on is installing a new power steering pump. That's right, a Saginaw power steering pump. My current power steering pump is squealing like a Delta Demon. And I know a lot of you guys are like, oh dude, you just need to tighten the belts. No, that is not the case. So when I went wheeling Windrock back in October, I gave it a good beating. And so now it squeals all the time. I've tried to tighten the belt a bunch of times and it just squeals, and and so that's the case. So I am replacing it. So there it is, the Saginaw power steering pump from Tom's Bronco Parts. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna try to drain the fluid, or not really drain, but more siphon. Alright, so I got the bolts off, but this is a stud that runs along here into the engine block. So I'm going to try to find another 5/16 bolt and see if I can pull them out like that. There's not enough room to put on a second bolt. So it looks like if I remove this bracket that's holding my power steering pump in place, maybe that will give me enough room to thread 2 nuts on there and pull that rod out. Alright, so now I'm going to get a bucket under here and take some of these lines off and hopefully catch all of the power steering fluid. Take this off. I did not do a good job of catching all the fluid. Alright, so this is the old versus the new power steering pump. So you can see the Saginaw is much thinner than the original Ford. That's why they call the Saginaw the canned ham power steering pump. If I pull the new one out, the ones that Tom's Bronco Parts is using is the same on both ends. So those are pretty much the same from the pulley back to where it'll mount up against the engine, so looks pretty good. And of course, my new bigger, stronger rod doesn't fit inside the bracket. That's it. Got it all installed and it is looking pretty sweet. Now, one thing that I did do is I took out the power steering pump cooler. I don't know how well it actually worked in the engine right there, but I took it out. I feel like the Saginaw is gonna work well without it, but if I'm wrong, someone in the comments tell me, because I'll put it back in. It's not that difficult to put in, but that's it. So really the next step on this would be to, you know, add the power steering fluid and, like, you know, make sure you don't have any air bubbles by cranking the wheel for like 5 minutes and with, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Me, I forgot to buy power steering fluid. So we're gonna end the video right here. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.